3 principles which we can use to get the best out of things that are happening to us. First, observation. How many of you observe? How many of you observe? You observe? Without looking back, tell me the color of the wall behind you. How many of you think it is white? Raise your hands. How many of you think it's purple? Brown? You see? Just the wall behind us, we fail to observe. Because we have started living so unconsciously. So unconsciously. We don't see things now. And there is a philosopher known as Husserl. He says, we have captivation in acceptedness. What is captivation in acceptedness? We have become captive of things which we accept as they are. We now no longer look for what is unique, what can inspire us. We go and watch reels after reels. Every time a good message appears to us, good. But then we forget it. We observe it only as a fleeting thing. We don't observe it as the real message. We talk to friends, but sometimes we get a eureka moment also. We read in books, we find a eureka moment. And there is a moment, yes, this is the idea one should work on. We get a lot of ideas, but we fail to properly observe them. Newton made a discovery of gravitation. Do you think it was the first time the apple fell? The apple must have fell countless times. But Newton observed it. It was the observation which led to this. You see any great personality, Einstein says that there are only 2 ways to live life. Either everything is a mystique, or like everything is a miracle, or nothing is a miracle. How many miracles have we ignored? Miracles might be happening, but we are not observing. So first is to improve your observation. Find that extraordinary in the ordinary. Second, the second principle that I also followed, and I find that it is an indispensable principle to find something good out of accidents, is openness, open-mindedness. Any challenge happens, any failure happens, anything bad happens, people usually start to cry, crib. This happened, that happened. My life is not going according to my plan. I planned it like this. I wanted it to happen like this. I wanted to clear this particular exam. I wanted to do this. How many of you cry over failures? We cry, huh? The problem is, if you don't accept the unexpected out of your own journey, what will happen? You are just looking at a door, one door, which may close, which may open, but there are n number of other doors which might have opened in between, but we are not exploring them, looking at them. So sometimes you have to accept the things that happen and change your direction. We have to accept. Stop crying and look for the other path. If something doesn't happen, it's okay. Maybe there was some other thing that might have wanted to happen. You know Steve Jobs? In his difficult, challenging phase, when he had no interest in his own core subjects, he started learning calligraphy and designing. Just out of interest, he started sitting in those classes. Why? Just for learning. And later on, when he designed Apple, he said that my learnings from calligraphy and designing was responsible for the Apple today. Had I not learned them, this would not have been possible. There are always connecting dots in the hindsight. So whatever you are doing right now, the learnings you are getting, many of you might not even know how they will be useful. But what is important? To keep learning, to find, to explore new things. How many of you know about AI? Everyone? How many of you have learned it? What? I'm in IIT, right? We have heard so much about algorithms. We have heard so many things. But the problem is, we stop learning because we are looking too much at one door. But we have to learn. We don't know how it will be used. Once in my job, I asked my friend why people write this advocate on the cars. And he said people don't mess up with people who have knowledge of law. I did my LLB. So what is this? We have to learn. We have to keep learning. Whatever you find an inspiration for, whatever, we must keep learning. Don't go into unconscious living. What is unconscious living? You are not learning anything. You wake up, then you don't observe, you don't do anything, and then you just attend classes, drink some tea here and there, chat, gossip, and then sleep. Keep your learning alive. Very important, because only the prepared mind can see an opportunity in an accident. If you are not prepared, then miracles are happening, opportunities are coming, but you don't know how to make use of them. You don't know what to do with them. It is just like if a person who has never seen a diamond and you give them a diamond, what will they do? What will they think it is? Stone. They might just throw it away. A person who has never used phone, who doesn't realize or understand that this is a phone, maybe ancient tribal person, you give it. What will they do? They might use it to cut open the nut or crack a nut. They will not use it for the right thing. So a processed, prepared mind only can see and use opportunity. You have to work on your grey and white matters. Until and unless you know things, you can't use them. Buddha said, you must be open to change, accept the unexpected. You have to, because change is the only constant. You all must have plans in your life, career. None of them will materialize. Everything will change many times. You can ask the people here, if any of their initial planning materialized, the things will change. Someone who's thinking to be a CEO may end up as civil servant. Someone who is planning to be a civil servant may end up as a manager as an expert. Something or the other. Things will change. How many of you want to do love marriage?
जब मैं प्रिपरेशन कर रहा था तभी ये प्रॉब्लम थी अभी
How many of you want to do arranged marriage? End up as love marriage. And the idea of your spouse, whatever is your idea, it's not going to materialize. Things will change. And it's our courage to accept those change. Until and unless you are open and courageous to accept new things, there are always people who cry in the corner, who are always cribbing in the corner. And there are some courageous people who just go out, accept the change, and make new histories. And one of the reasons is that you don't observe, you don't have that courage, is because you have stopped thinking yourself as great. How many of you think that you are a great person? Or you are destined to be great? This is not a hand you expect from great people. What is the hand you expect from a great people? Raise your hands. How many of you think you are great? You're destined for greatness. Few. And Baki? We have to understand, until and unless you feel you are destined to greatness, you will always sabotage your own achievement. You will always sabotage your own potential. You wanted to study, but you suddenly become fearful. You want to explore something, you become fearful. If I fail, what will others say? Others will say anyway. वो वैसे भी कहेंगे. But what is more important? Your own courage to be great. Your own courage to explore things. Try new things. Until and unless you try, you will not find the right accidents. You don't find the right accidents, then what happened? You remain where you are in a shallow waters, and there are no pearls in shallow waters. And then after you find somebody who's having a lot of pearls in hand, they are shining, they are doing great in life, you say, oh, I could have been the one. I would have done the same. No. If you don't have courage, it will not be the same. It will not. So courage is very, very required. It's an essential thing to make use of any serendipity which is happening in our life. And lastly, the actor mode. The third principle is start pursuing whatever idea you get in your mind, whatever new challenge you get in your life, start working on that. How many of you like to discuss about challenges? Very good. And how many of you like to do work on your challenges? Most of the time, people just discuss. ऐसे पढ़ेंगे, वैसे करेंगे, लाइफ में ये करेंगे, वो करेंगे. But how many of you actually started? So most important thing is not sometimes discussion, but the action. Start. You want to learn something? Start. पहले start करो, फिर सोचो कि अच्छा लग रहा है या नहीं. So don't stop in between. Start. And as they say, when in Andhra, be an Andhraite. So I will end my words with a quotation in Telugu. Prayatanishto, prayatanishto, maranistu. Geli chetina, prayatanam viramiste, maranana chetinata. It says that even if you try and you lose, you still win. But if you don't try, then you have lost already. You are already a lost cause. So I hope that nobody is a lost cause. People make use of the positive accidents that happen in our life